Hello, good night viewers. Back with me, Kusumawati on the night news. This time we will confine in the news entitled COVID, where are so many people getting twice again. In the early days of the pandemic, it was extremely rare to hear of people getting COVID twice. That's not the case anymore, especially since the Omicron variant emerged in the late November 2021. Why are more people getting COVID again? Part of it is Omicron itself, a variant that better at sneaking past difference built on out infection. Part of it is a number game, so many of us have already been infected at some point that a risk proportion of new infection are concerned about. But getting COVID twice in a short space of time is still pretty unlikely, even with the latest version of Omicron which is widespread in the UK. And for most people, a second infection is less likely to make them very ill. How likely are you to get COVID twice? Eventually, pretty likely immunization varies and coronavirus evolve. Most people can expect to get the other coronavirus signs those with cause common cold symptoms many times in their life. But early in the pandemic, that did not seem to be the case with COVID. Fear that 1% of all cases recorded in the UK before November 2021 were labeled as reinfection, but the Omicron 2 look over. This looked very different to the version of coronavirus that we seen before. Each difference gives it a better chance of sneaking past the body early defense, which were based of exposure to a present COVID infection. And so the rates of reinfection have been about 10 times higher this year compared with rates seen earlier in the pandemic. How is the new version of Omicron different? This new spring, Omicron, known as BA2, has driven UK infection back up to record levels. The Office for National Statistics said that about 1 in 30 people across the UK has COVID in the week ending 2 April. It is similar to but even more infection than the first version that came before Christmas, Omicron or BA1. If you had COVID in the past few months, it's likely to have been a version of Omicron, which in turn should give you good protection against a second bout of it. The data we have so far suggests that second Omicron infection is rare but can occur. Reinfection have been seen among young people and those who have not been vaccinated. Laboratory students suggest that combination of Omicron infection and vaccination could leave your body even better prepared to fight off new infection than one infection alone. About 4.5 million people have had COVID booster doses since the start of the year, with under 2 million getting their second dose. And tens of millions of us have protection from a risk infection. About 1 in 3 of us caught COVID during the first Omicron wave. But even there's only a small chance of any one person getting Omicron a second time, you're quite likely to hear about happening. It's a small can multiplied by in tens of millions of people who have frequently had COVID. Will it make me sicker? So far, it's looked like a case of BA2 is no more likely to put you in hospital than a case of BA1 was. And even if you do test positive again, that is not the same as being sick with COVID-19. According to immunologist Prof. Eleanor Riley, its main threat is virus is your nose and throat. The protection provided by vaccinated or having had a previous infection is more useful in preventing the virus from getting into your body and doing such damage that it is keeping the virus out your nose and throat. Probably think if you test positive again but feel well, your main concern should be with where you make tests in on someone who is particularly vulnerable. An infection can still land some people in hospital, particularly those with weakened immunity, sometimes or other health condition. But despite the record number of COVID infections, the court have it fighting for people in hospital that be same in January. Practical because so many of us now have a combination of protection for vaccinations and previous infection. During January peak, about 55% of people in COVID based in England hospitals were being treated mainly for their COVID. The most recent figures for 5 April cite that figure is down below 45%. And the total number of people in the hospital with COVID are roughly half of what we saw in January 2021. The government hopes the spring booster vaccine rollout will help top up immunity for the most vulnerable and make it hard for Omicron to cause serious illness when the strike ons or twice. That's today's news. Hopefully it will be useful for viewers. Good night.